Hey guys, welcome again to this new video. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to work with WordPress user meta. Yes, WordPress user meta. But before we continue, please do subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. It is very important. I need you to subscribe to my channel. Okay, without further ado, let's dive straight to the code. So first, I'm going to go to the user area. Let me go to the user area. Okay, on the user area you can see my current user, I myself, which is the current admin, and other users that we have here. So here we have the role of administrator, we have the role of subscriber. I already teach you guys how to change your role while you're creating your user. The postmark data is here, and I'm going to push this to my GitHub account so you guys can have access to it. The get user, get single user, add user, update user. So I'm going to push this to my GitHub account, and I will include the URL so you guys can fork it and use it. Okay, so over here now I'm going to customize HireDigi 2. I'm going to customize HireDigi 2 user meta. So there's a request to my channel to teach how to update user meta phone number, precisely user meta phone number. So I'm going to teach you how to update the phone number, how to update the country, possibly how to update the regions. Let's see the region we have. Okay, awesome. Why the country or state code is an input, and also the city address line 1. I will not do address line 2. So I will teach you how to work, how to set up your user meta for the first name, last name, down to phone number. Okay, so that is what we're going to be doing today in this video. Okay, without further ado, let's dive straight to the code section. So opening my code, I'm going to zoom my screen. Sorry, let me zoom my screen so that you can see what I'm doing. More zooming. I talked about it last time that once you want to edit, you can either create a new plugin or you edit directly to your current active theme. So I'm going to edit my current active theme. So currently my current active theme is, let me go to appearance, themes, then we have storefront. So this is a wrong file. Let me close this current file and open the new file area. Okay, so WordPress 2. Okay, this is the main file that we are working with. Yes, close this. Okay, go to content, themes, storefront, scroll down to functions.php. Okay, so over here is where we stop our code. Okay, so add what user API. Awesome. So this is where we stop. Awesome. So let me zoom it a bit, or let me even close the sidebar. We don't need a sidebar. So the last time we talked about user registration, adding a user, getting users, and co. So what we're going to do today is updating the user meta for phone number, billing first name, billing last name, so it can be used. So it can be used by WooCommerce checkout page. So WooCommerce checkout page can get from it. Okay, so let's start with the first name and the last name. So I'm going to open my VS Code, then declare a new route here. So this route will be update user meta. Okay, so generate this for me. Then this method is going to be put, so you can decide to use put or post, anything you really care about. So the main thing is for you to just address your method. Okay, so I'm going to pick out this update user meta, then declare the method. So function update user meta. Then here we have WP underscore rest underscore request. Yes, request. Okay, then here we have the initializer as request. Awesome. Then over here I'm gonna take this guy out. Okay, so let's return what we are sending down to this place before we even do anything. So it's just best to confirm if this endpoint is working or is not working. So get params underscore params. I'm very sure, I think I'm correct. Yeah, params. Awesome. Okay, so now let's return everything we are sending down to this endpoint just to make sure it's working. So it is very important to do that. So now let's head down to Postman. Okay, Postman is loading up. No, let me use my web Postman. I think that works faster. Yeah, this works faster. Okay, so over here now I have listed endpoints. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to add this as new request, update billing info. So let's just make it specific. WooCommerce, yes, billing info. Awesome. So update WooCommerce billing info. So we're going to change this request to put, and the URL is going to be something like this, which is what we are using earlier. So it is this prefix we are going to be changing. So we're going to change this prefix as user meta. So let's go back here, slash user meta. So let's just call this update user meta. I think that's this will work. Update user meta. Okay, update user meta. Great. Okay, so I'm going to send this request now. I will send this request. Let's see what we get. Oh, we have an error. Cannot send request. Okay, let me access this URL again. I think something is wrong. Let's refresh this page. It's still working. Okay, why are you not going? Let's send again. Oh, maybe it's because I'm using the web version. Cannot send request localhost. Wow. So we need to use the application version for the Postman, and this version currently I'm currently doing a project on it. There's a client to work on it, but I'm going to create a new collection anyway. So this Postman currently is not my account, it's a client account, but I will just borrow then delete it later. So let's call this YouTube WP user. Okay, then add the request. So this should work for localhosts. I normally use it update billing info. Okay, so this will definitely work. Put send. As you can see, it work. I know it's going to work. So now what are we dumping into the put area? So go to body, choose raw and change it to JSON. Then inside this place we pass in first name is going to be done. Don't forget billing info for this guy. There's no first name, there's no last name, so we call this first name. First name Adelaide, then comma, last name higher DJ, comma, what do we have again? Company. Okay, let me check this input feed so that I can get the appropriate version for this. Oh, we are going to do that, but let me just pass in normal reference. Company. Currently I'm currently self-employed, so I'm not working any company for now. So self-employed. Yep. So The next one is address. Lagos, comma, Nigeria. Okay, this is awesome. Then we have the city to be Abulegba. Okay, great. Then we have postcode. Let's join together. Postcode. So that should be 10001. Yep. I don't know my postcode, so that's just a random number. Country/region. So this should be the country code. So don't get it wrong. So this one will be NG. Okay, then state/country. State is going to be LA, which is Lagos. Then we have phone number. So phone number is going to be +23470 +2347034803384. Okay, that is also my WhatsApp number. In case you don't understand, you can reach out to me on this number. Okay, let me send this request now. Let's see if we get anything. As you can see, it returns something. Okay, so let me save this. I can push only this file to GitHub. Yeah, I can push only this file to GitHub. Once I'm done, I will push it to GitHub so you can use it. Okay, so this has been passed down to our server end. We received this. Yeah, so now let's go back to the coding area. So over here I'm going to take out this. Then this guy is going to accept those feeds. So instead of just passing it one by one, we are going to loop through. So let's for each this guy. So let's accept this guy here. All metas, let's call this all meta, is equals to request get params get params. So we can loop through, so we don't have to be getting it one by one and be doing update. So this is more faster. Okay, so once we are done with that, we need to now, since we are using for each loop format, we need to pass in the appropriate key that is working for WooCommerce. So to do that, I will have to go to my browser, check for let me do this one by one for those who don't know how so that this will not look confusing. Okay, I'm going to do two versions. Yes, I'm going to do two versions. I'm going to do for each version, and I'm also going to do the other version, which is updating it one by one. So in case you want to just update a single file or a single data and not a bunch of data, so I'm going to teach you how to do that also. But first, let's get through this one. Okay, so I'm going to check the appropriate key for this guy that we have here, which is this area. Okay, this one is called shopping first name. So sorry, I said shopping, shipping first name. Let's head down to billing. Do we have billing? Okay, yeah, this is billing. Yeah. Okay, so don't forget we are only working on billing. So now this is billing and this is shipping. So if you are working on shipping, and you want to do something like that, it is very simple. Just trace it, highlight this guy, and check out what we have here. So what we have here is what? Shipping phone. It is not. So if it is billing, we do the same for billing. Go to billing and check what we have. What do we have? We have billing underscore phone. Billing phone. So we are actually updating billing information. Okay, but let's do the shipping, since it's shipping that we attached ourselves to right from the beginning of this tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to get the first name. So the first name is called what? Shipping first name. Ctrl C, go to my postman, call this what? Shipping first name as the what? As the key. It is very important. So shipping first name has been passed. Then the next one is what? shipping last name, okay. Then the company is what? Shipping company. Then the next one is what? Address line. Oh, sorry, I didn't target that very well. Address line 1, okay. Address line 1. Then the next one is city. Shipping what? City. Okay, shipping city. Then the next one is the postcode. Shipping postcode. Then the country shipping country. Then we have the states. Okay, so let's go to browser again and tap into the states. So shipping states. Then for the phone number is shipping phone. Okay, so all this is designed now. So if we go to our code again and return what we have, let's say, now as you can see, this is the official area to do that. So now this same version can be replicated for the billing, but I just want to show you something so that you don't get confused. So first, let's do the simple. Don't let us do the first. Let's do the simple, please, so that this thing is going to be very easy for us to understand, so we don't get confused. Okay, so I'm going to work with the first name first. The first name. So this will be first name. So I'm going to get a first name. Billing first name rather. So billing. So we can even have a prefix. There are several versions to do this. Let's have a prefix first. So prefix, our prefix here is going to be taken in billing. So let's call this billing prefix. So we can have billing. Let's call this billing. We can either have billing or shipping. It's of two things. This is why we have this billing. It's because of this guy that we have here. Don't forget, this guy takes care of what this one is shipping, and this same value also takes in as billing. So the prefix is just bi. The difference is just billing and shipping. The rest is the same thing. So billing underscored. So we can add the underscored. Now this one is just billing underscored. So once you have something like this, we advise you to just take out what you have here. So since you have that, you can just take out this guy. You can take out what you have here. So let me take out what I have here, so that we're going to use it as a prefix. So we're going to be adding the prefix to it, so it will be very easy. So let me take out this. So we're going to do the simple one first, so that I don't get confused. Let me take out this one. Take out this one also. Okay, so let me go back to the code again and return everything we are getting. So let's return it again to be sure. So request get params. Okay, save and send. Okay, awesome. Now we have the valid data, but separate with your prefix. So now this prefix is for billing. So let's call what a billing prefix. Then shipping prefix. Awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to update first name and last name. So let me just update first name and last name. So here I'm going to have first name. I need to accept my first name from the request. So request get what first name. Don't forget, this is what first name that we are retrieving. So first name gets param first name, and also the last name. Okay, awesome. So now these two, now we are retrieving it. Let me show you so that you have the full knowledge. So if I log first name now, sorry, if I log first name, only first name, don't worry about last name. If I log first name, I should retrieve Adele. Can you see now we have what? We have Adele here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is update the first name for this guy. Sorry, first name for shipping. We are currently in shipping area. This is shipping. So I'm going to update first name for shipping, and I'm going to reload this page. Let's see if it will update. Okay, let's see the magic. Okay, so I'm going to comment update shipping first name. So shipping first name. Okay, so it's only shipping that is going to be updated now. Imagine we did not even retrieve the user ID. My bad. So I'm going to pass the user ID also. So we need to pass the user ID. Don't forget, guy, you need to pass the user ID. So let me pass this user ID down to the postman. So you can pass the user ID as the first parameter. So here we are going to retrieve the user ID as 3. Can you see user ID what? 3. User ID 3. So let's pass it as user ID 3. User ID 3 comma. Okay, so that is the user ID. I forgot, my bad. So don't pass it down this way, you can just do it this way. User ID is equals to what? This guy. Okay, so over here now, capture the user ID and point it here. Save. Okay, so shipping prefix first name is what is the key. Now inside update user meta, we have 4 parameters that you can pass: the user ID, the meta key itself, and the meta value, and also the previous value. This one is not really necessary, but this 3 is very important: the user ID, the current user ID that you want to update, and this meta key is the meta key that we are updating. Don't forget, this prefix plus first name is going to be what? Shipping first name. That is going to result to shipping first name. Can you see? Shipping underscore first name underscore name. Okay. So that is what we just use here. So this is the prefix and this is the name. The name we are updating itself is this guy. So use this method to update that. So let me save this and check the browser. And as you can see, nothing is updated. So I'm going to go to Postman, click on send, and this should send the request. And if I refresh, can you see we have what? Adele. Awesome. Okay, so now we can be doing this same functionality up and down, that is duplicating, but duplicating and rewriting this will overwhelm your database, because this is making database connection, so that's overwhelm your database resources. So it's best to optimize this thing. So let's do the optimization. So to do the optimization is where we're going to be what is it called? Is where we're going to be using the for each loop, getting everything in an array, so that we optimize the query and we don't overwhelm the database in a go. So let's finish one request before we move to another request. That's in the for each statement. Okay, so let me also do this last name so that you see the example. Update last name. Let's see, can you see now I'm using 2 database requests. Update where user ID is here, update where user ID is here. Now we are performing 2 separate requests on a go, which might crash things. So it's just best to optimize it. So if I refresh now, you will find nothing until I send this request, and the last name is what? Ayodeji. If I send this now, this will update the shipping area for me. Can you see? Don't forget, this will not affect the billing. So the billing is not what's updating. So if you want this billing to be updating, you can use the optimized version. So now let's do the optimized version, so we can be updating the shipping and at the same time updating the billing, which is the smartest way for you to update your user meta. So I'm going to now do this update billing info, billing update billing and shipping info. So update billing and shipping info. Okay, so now we are doing we are doing a bulk version. So with this bulk version, it's going to help you optimize your query. So here if you are trying to update a user, so first what you need to do is to check if the user really if the user ID is existing from the request. Then later you check if the user is active on your platform. So let's check if the user ID is present. So check if ID is empty. So if it is empty, there will be a log that is going to trigger that this guy is empty. So user ID is empty. So empty is generally noted as 0. So if it is 0 or empty, so that is called empty. If I check this now, can you see user ID is what is empty? So 0 is automatically empty. So after the user ID has been presented, we need to check if the user really exists. To check if user exists, so you need to check if the user account really exists on your website. So get user by ID, the user ID name, and check if there's an error, that is if it is empty or false or 0. So user does not what exist. So if I pass a wrong ID here now, let me pass a wrong ID. Let's see if it's going to return something. Now as you can see, user does not what exist because we don't have that user at the moment. Okay, so the valid user that we have now is 3, which is this guy that we have here. Can you see above 3? So we have a valid user ID as 3. Then here we're going to be updating a bulk billing and shipping info. Update bulk billing and shipping info. Don't forget, I already teach you how to update individual. So if you are updating individual, once again, if you are updating individual, just use your words update user what meta, update user meta, then pass the user ID, pass the prefix, and pass the particular area you want to what update. Pass the particular area you want to update. So this version is meant for single or just two update that you want to pass. So if it's just a single update, just do this and it's going to what help you achieve that. Okay, so now let me take it out and use the bulk version. So the bulk version is going to be for each. So let me just accept the data first. So I'm going to accept the data. So here we're going to have bulk billing, or let's call it bulk data. So bulk data is going to be request get params. So we're going to be getting everything as an array. So get params. Okay, so we need to unset this guy so that we don't log this guy as a user meta user ID. It is very important. So unset user ID. Okay, so let's see if this guy really unset itself, but I'm very sure it's going to unset. So let me return the bulk data, and let's see what we have inside bulk data. So now that we unset user ID, let's see if user ID is going to be returned. So let's go back to Postman, send this request. Okay, as you can see, we don't have user ID. We already unset the user ID. If I comment this, you are going to find it is there. Can you see user ID? So it is because we unset it. That is why user ID is not present in the response. So if I save this now and send this request, we don't have the user ID. So our bulk data is clean. Yes, our bulk data is clean. So let's cut that. Then here we have loop through the data. So we're going to loop through and update the user. Okay, so let's loop through. Now what we have here, check if billing. So if string position key and the billing info is present, we don't really need it. So don't let us make things complicated, since we know what we are sending and we already filter what we don't want. So the rest, we need the rest. Here we're gonna have updates user meta. Okay, so the first one we have updates user meta. Update user meta, pass the user ID, and the key is being passed. So this key is representing this first name and the value is representing this guy here. So let me just show you that so that you have the full knowledge. So let me return return the key. So here I'm going to have a note, so return key, comma, and value. Okay, so let's see what we have. Send. Okay, can you see we have first name and we have the main value itself. So this is the key and this is the value. Awesome. So what I'm going to do next now is update user meta, the user ID, which is this guy that we have there, and this key is the first name. So now this first name we need to be passed as the prefix. So this is the value is what at the layer. Okay, so this guy will be concatenated with the billing and the shipping. So we are updating two things at the same time. So let's concatenate the billing prefix with the key and also the value. So let's do the same thing for the shipping. So let me call this billing updates. Yep, billing updates. Then here we have a shipping update. Okay, now we pass in the shipping prefix. Can you see? So the shipping prefix is now passed. Then we have a solid architecture to update our billing information and also the shipping information that is being optimized. So this version will be scaled for higher user data, so this will not crash things. Okay, so now this has been passed successfully. Then what we're going to do next is to return a good success response, so that you can see something on your screen that, hey guy, this thing works, returning of what 200 success code. So status is what's successful, and let's pass the person that we updated. So here we're going to pass the user that we updated itself, the data. So let's call this user, the user ID that we updated. So the user ID is going to be user ID. Okay, and here you can pass the user meta that is actually updated. So user metas, user metas, let's call this bulk data. So let's bring in bulk data so that we can see what we updated. Save. Now let's go to the browser and let's refresh this page. Now as you can see, there's nothing here yet. There's nothing here. Can you see it's empty? Billing information is empty, last name is empty. It's only shipping info that we have. So by the time we click on updates, all this is going to automatically fill up. Okay, so now let's send this request. Send. Can you see success? This guy has been updated. Let's go to the browser and refresh our browser. Can you see we have everything that we added? Don't forget, we did not add address line 2. It's only address line 1 that we add. So we have Nigeria, Lagos, phone number, email. The same applies to the shipping section. Okay, so this is amazing. This is awesome. I really love this development. This make a lot of great sense. This is great. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching my video. Please do subscribe to my channel. It is very important. And if you have any error or any video suggestion, kindly comment below, and definitely I will get back to you and I will reach out for the solution. Okay, thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Love you. See you in the next one.